So today we are working on Anna E and her next single, "Girl Cry." Uh, I didn't do all the production in this one. She actually had this. She brought this one in. I did. I redid all the drums and some additional stuff. Uh, yeah, I think the bass too. I think I added live bass. Yeah, live bass, drums, and then we kind of tweaked some of the arrangement and recut a handful of vocals. So this is not my typical session. As you can see, it's set up a little differently. So, but when I got the session just to kind of keep the workflow going, I just opened it and went from where it was at. But now that we're at the mix stage, I'm going to kind of set it up a little bit more to my preference. So first thing, I'm going to save this as, and song is called Girl Cry, and then I do my SH Mix 1. Cool. And then they have folders for a lot of the stuff already created, which is kind of nice. But I'm going to arrange it in the way that I like, which is drums, bass, guitar, strings. There's nothing on this track, so it's already good. All these are sounds that I created. Oh yes, I also did a bunch of keys. And so let's just hide these because they're inactive. Let's give the keys some color. Uh, let's start here. Here, I'll do that. We got some low keys, piano. I have guitar, piano. Okay, so let me put the piano. I'm trying to see what works together sound wise, and that's how I line it. So let's do this. Okay, so that's a piano.
Making me.
What's this? The only one I would really change is the piano here. I'll put this up here. Piano is usually this color too for me. Then the paint purples. We'll do that. This I think we don't have anymore, right? Yeah, we cut that out. So let's turn that track off. We're going to hide that, and then all these background vocals. Or we're going to create this. Hide that. I'm just trying to get rid of any tracks that don't have any tracks that don't have a purpose I want to get rid of. And clean up the session as best as possible. And also just kind of create CPU space. Like this track has nothing on it. So gotta hide that. Tracks that are deactivated, we're just gonna hide so we can kind of make room. I only want to see what's actually working. Same with this one. That one's nothing's going on there. Hide. I usually delete tracks, but the session wasn't mine and it's kind of all over the place. So that's also, there's nothing going on there. So we're going to cancel that, cancel that, cancel that. The purpose of doing this is that I just want to be able to hear what I need to hear and have things hear and see. Because if I don't know what's going on with something and the sound pops up, it's going to just I'm gonna be searching for it, you know, like where's the sound coming from? And if I minimize all the tracks that are off, this will help me kind of get through that. And there's just a lot of tracks here. What is this? So that's cool. There is audio going through that. Okay, so let's just double check. Doom, doom, doom. Also, lead vocals, all this stuff I'm just gonna do. I'm very particular about my colors. Buses should be default. So it's kind of tedious stuff, but it's necessary. Okay, so that's down. Side. Then I have these two that are muted up here. I don't know what this is. This has vocals right there. Summer sky. But they're both inactive. They're both muted, so we're gonna turn them off, hide them. And you see, I just reduced like, I don't know, 12 tracks of vocals that were doing nothing. So let's see. Yeah, so now all like the vocal stuff is just more manageable. Before was a little bit out of pocket. Too much stuff going on. Here, let's give these the BG vocals, give them a different color. Okay. And then this doesn't have any sound in it, so that's just noise. So we're gonna cut that out too. And you can see the noise here. Like it doesn't. You don't think it's gonna make much of anything, but as we get louder in the mix process, it's definitely gonna create some havoc for us. So I like to clean. We're gonna clean this up here, and that needs a fade. And yeah, this is also good to see like this tracker here. Look at all that dirt. That's just noise. So it's either mic bleed from the booth. That's just that as well. Yeah, we just did quite a bit on that one right there. I don't know what this is for. This is the default. Okay, so that is an aux. Okay. All right, so I think we're good now as far as having the session cleaned up. These two don't seem to be, they're muted as well, so we're gonna hide. So yeah, this is something that I always try to take care of when I get sessions, is clean them up. It helps the whole workflow. And since I tracked the vocals and did additional production on the track itself, I already have my memory markers, so we know where we're going. Okay, so before I create more auxes and kind of get to all the nuts and bolts of the mixing stuff, let me just play a song. So here you go. This is Girl Cry by Anna E. She is here, Los Angeles based, so definitely check her out. So that was awesome. I haven't heard it in a while. Probably about a month, a little over a month since we last touched the track. The last thing we did with the production of the song was just kind of do some edits and retrack the final vocals. Uh, and I'm still kind of cleaning up some of the stuff under the background vocals. Just I like to keep sessions clean, tight. As you start getting louder and adding things, you'll hear more of like the little noises, especially with the live microphones. I think primarily the rest of it's kind of like DI direct stuff, so you don't see anything. But for the actual song itself, the actual like live instrument stuff, if those tracks aren't cleaned, that stuff starts kind of creating issues. Because I'm always just chasing noise. Like, where did the noise come from? Because right now it's not super loud, but it's gonna get much louder. Like this is just a bunch of like dead air. And there we go. Cool. That track is being used. Okay. So the other thing about this one was a little different that I kind of kept when I got the session, when I was doing my bounces. They have the MV2 on, which is something I would never put on a master bus myself, but it does something really cool to their low end with their sub. So I've kept it on even when I printed bounces. So this is definitely going to be part of the mix because it's yeah, it shaped the sound. It's pretty interesting. Like let me see if I can play it. So it's really subtle, but it adds something to the low end that isn't there, and I like it. And it also does something to the top end because they're using this top end, the high part of it, and I like it. So I'm gonna keep it. It kind of shaped what came in. So we have to start. Let's start with some routing now. Everything's kind of routed to the outputs, but we're gonna have to put everything a little bit different. So, and I also need to control the output because it's very quiet overall the mix. So we want to get all the master auxes and kind of group them. So let's start with just like the drums here, and we're making sure everything's out that's being sent to where I want it to be sent. So yeah, like this drum fill is not being sent there. So let's great. So this is all getting sent there. So these right here, all these are being sent to this drum aux I created. I got them going into the space echo, which is one of my little things I liked. I learned that from I think it was like Mixed from the Masters with Jack Antonoff. Like he does that. I want to say it was like a Lana Del Rey production. It's really cool. So, all right. So all these. So you see how all these are going to the monitor left, right? Let's create one aux. The first aux we're going to create is just my stereo mix aux. Which I got. Okay. So we're going to go. Nope, not anytime. Import settings. Okay. So we're here in the IO setup. And what we're going to do is we're going to add a bunch of my stuff. Because all my routing. So under settings, if you're a Pro Tools person, you know you're familiar with this. Where's the last one? I've had eras of different gaming themes. Okay, so the last one I made was in 24. Oh well, we're coming up in 2 years. Delete unused buses. Sure. Yeah. Okay. So I kept the stuff that's already routed, and then we're going to. Yeah, that's fine. So the reason I did that is because I'm going to import some different things, and having the auxes already routed just makes it easier. And like this, I want to come here and select my stereo mix because this is my stereo mix aux. And that's where everything's going to get routed. And even the master, actually, the master I route to that mix aux. But I'm going to turn everything off. And we're going to go stereo mix aux. Great. So now let's go back to this. So this one's going to monitor left right, which is the stereo output, and we're going to reroute that. But we're also going to control it. So these are all monitor outs. Let's open the guitars. Unicorn bus. No idea why it's called unicorn. But that is all gonna go. The piano. Let's open up the strings. Strings. Okay, so this string is going to straight to the output. Then these are going to string bus. So let's find the string bus. This is the string bus here. Yeah, I guess this is also. I don't. I'm trying to think if I'm gonna take the reverb out. Yeah, let's do it. We're gonna make all this kind of part of it. Then all these keys that I created are going to the monitor output. We're gonna switch all this. Okay, yes. Then we're gonna go to the background vocals, which this should be easy because I think all of these are that's not good. So I'm trying to highlight all these so I can route them all at the same time. You'll see. So here we go. So I have to collect all these again. Routing in Pro Tools is very important, and it's also one of the things that I really like about Pro Tools when it comes to mixing and mastering. Dun, 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 dun. And then we're gonna come here, here. So these go there. All these are going to the BDG, BGV, and then all the these ones. So this one's actually going to monitor. These are all being routed to the lead vocal, and then the delays. Since I took the other ones, we're gonna cool. So everything's highlighted. I'm gonna group all these, and this is gonna be my VCA sub. And I'm gonna create a VCA sub so I can channel, so a VCA channel so I can control all the master outputs going into the aux with one fader. And then if you do Option Shift and hold on, that didn't go. Interesting. Okay, so this one's going where? Okay. I just realized that there's like a sub thing going on. It's the sub within the sub. It's kind of interesting. So all the background vocals are going. So I don't need to control this either. Okay. All the background vocals are going into the lead box. So I know I need to take it from there. But this is a lot of routing from their side. So okay, I unclick the ones I don't need because I only want the master ones. I'm gonna click okay. Now we have it. So now we have that, and then we have all these. Because what I was about to do is about to route these all into the output. So those, instead of being routed into these auxes where all the vocals are going, it would have gone directly to the output, the main output, and it would have lost some of the sauce. So they wanted to have that to happen. So good thing we caught that. Yeah, sometimes getting other sessions from people and their workflows it gets a little convoluted. But we caught that now. We're gonna go here, shift option, and click here. We're gonna go to bus, and we're going to select our stereo mix. And everything's being sent to the stereo mix now. And easy way to test all this is to play it. Mute the stereo mix aux, and if it's all routed properly, you're not gonna have any sound, which we don't have any sound. So looks like we're good. Okay, so the next thing we're gonna do is level up. Oh, so now we gotta create the so next to this master track, I'm gonna create a new track, and it's gonna be a VCA, and it's just basically like a submaster that's going to help me control the volume of everything going in and out. I'm gonna go to VCA sub. Oh no, I don't want it. It went into the Vox group. So let's close this Vox group, this BG Vox group. It's the cool thing about the Pro Tools folders. You can just kind of like collapse everything and make everything a little bit more manageable here. So now we're kind of getting into the gain stage of it all. First thing we're also going to do is turn on heat. Heat is a Pro Tools feature that kind of emulates tape. So I'm a big fan of it. Kind of, it's part of most of my mixes. So I turn heat on, one click left on both drive and tone. And then I set it and forget about it because it's one of those things you mix into. And now we're going to go to gain staging. So what I've been doing lately though is I have a God particle. Great plugin. It's one of those like if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I tried different things around it, but it's a wonderful plugin. But I like the metering of it, so. But you see that like we're very like low. We're at like negative 8.9, so we'll have to make up a ton of gain to get it to like a really solid output volume. So when you're mixing, you have to make sure that you're not oversaturating when you go into a plugin, because that's how the plugin will react to it. In the same case, you also don't want to, I don't like to have it be too low, because this is too low. We're like a -8. So by the time it reaches this, or I'm gonna have to make up close to 8 dBs of gain, and I don't think it's not in my best interest to do that. So I'm just gonna put everything up, all the music. Oh, and I can see some noise. Okay, so there's one plugin with noise. I'm pretty sure it's an H delay. Anyways, so let's look at this meter again. And also, I'm at the loudest part of the song, which is the last tone, and I'm at -2.5 now. I went up, all I did was raise the VCA volume, as you can see. The VCA here is at +6. So I had plenty of headroom. I wasn't clipping, and it was just low to be low. So it was probably out of an abundance of caution. and it's great to do that, but I don't want to have to make that up with plugins, limiting and gaining and stuff. I just want to kind of have it from there, and then we work from that source. Yeah, so we need that MV2. That's for sure. That MV2 is a bit of a clutch. Adding some sort of sound. Let's see this one. Okay, so this trim I'm going to turn off because we're not going to use that. I'm going to turn off the L2 because we're definitely not going to use that. I'm going to come here, turn on my other meters. Yeah, because you see now that we're just looking at the, like, this is all gain staging. And I was gonna keep the Shadow Hills compressor and the MV2 because that was kind of what created the sound for the original production and what the artist has been listening to for, I think this is a few years old song. So sometimes you don't want to change what is kind of part of the sonic footprint of a track. So I'm leaving those on there. I put the God particle because I just like I like the metering. I've kind of, whenever I've used it, I've kind of been I gauge the metering with it. Like this input's just kind of how I know where it needs to be and it works. And then this is more about LUFS as far as like output going out. But now we're like a -12. We're gonna bring that up maybe 3 to 4 dB max, which I think is a good level to be at for the mix stage and the mastering stage. Like you're not trying to add 8, because if let's say I bypass like raising the tracks, this is where we're gonna be at. So we're -17, so I would have to go close to 8, 9 to meet what would be an actual output. Hello, what's up, man? So yeah, it's really important that you gain stage, because a lot of times when you hear talk about gain staging, it's about not being too loud. In this case, and sometimes it's just happen when you get sessions like it's too quiet. And I've gotten also some people get in the habit of like when they send things out to get mixed, they'll like lower everything like 6 dBs, 8 dBs or something, just because they're thinking like, hey, it gives you headroom. But depending on how the production was made, that loudness sometimes creates clipping, and it creates sound. It's part of the sound. So you got to make sure that you're providing accurate stems as well, which is like a whole nother topic. But gain staging, you don't want it too quiet, because then you have to make up a ton of gain for the output. You don't want it to be too loud, because then that will directly affect the sound of the plugins you're using. And I think we're in a good place, and I like the guard particle. I turn off the limiter though, because I'm not looking to add gain at this point. So we'll just leave it there. So now I'm gonna add some of I'm gonna import some settings that I want to bring in. A lot of it's gonna be parallel compression. and my usual stuff. But now that we have a correct level of how loud just the multi-track should be, we can start saucing it up, adding different tricks, and kind of having decisions we're making be properly at the proper level. Because like you can add saturation at a very low level and you won't hear it, and you might overdo it, but by the time you get louder, you're gonna hear it too much. So mixing coffee, the only snack you need, man. All right, their record was pretty cool. That was all in the box. So data importing data. I don't want to import any of the main playlists, and I don't want to import the main volume, the pan, or the mute automation. I do want the sense to show up, so I do the same thing. Perfect. Great. Now we're gonna see what we're gonna import. Uh, yeah, let's do this drum crush. And actually, I'm gonna switch out the. I'm gonna use this routing for the drum crush, but I'm gonna switch it out. I've been mixing with the API 2500 recently, and they have these parallel settings that I want to try. We do the VCA drum bass aux. No, but we can do the fatso. Yeah, parallel compression, vitalizer, pop crush. I'm not gonna do the hook aux on this one because I think there's already quite a bit of processing for the vocal that we're gonna keep. Apex, I am gonna bring in. I might have to switch some of these outputs. Rear bus, love that. Uh, yeah, that should be it. But I would definitely have to set it because I think I had different routing on that one. I did like a console type of thing where I routed everything into a bunch of SSLs compression to kind of emulate a console. But on this one, we're not going to do that. We're going to go straight into the output. So you can see everything I brought here. Drum crush is going to drum all. Gotta switch that. That's just going to go to the stereo mix. Let me see. That doesn't have a group. Yeah, stereo mix. Stereo mix. Okay, Fasto is going to stereo mix. Yes. So and the rear bus is going to. That's a parallel for everything. That's going to go to stereo mix. And then these vocal ones are all going to go into the vocal. So I just have to see how they route what they named it, and that's what we're gonna send them to. It's called lead vox. Oh, interesting. Oh, here's an H delay. Oh no, the H delay is off. Okay. H delay usually causes some problems with the analog stuff I don't like. All right. So it's interesting. They're taking the vocal into the doubler, all the vocals. So, but I like the vocal sound of the record. Everything that I tracked, I just put into the inputs that they already had going on because I wanted to keep all that. Is it still? Appreciate that. All right. Well, kind of maxed out. Hey. All right. Thanks, dude. Appreciate that. I just put it back up again. I might be talking a little low today. All right. Interesting. Yeah, everyone does things so differently. So I'm gonna put everything into the lead voc. Let's actually look at the BGVs. if you want to print in Pro Tools, what you do is you route everything to an audio channel. So you would route you can create like use a bus like bus, let's say 2021, and you send all the tracks to that bus, and then you create an audio track, and the input of that audio track is bus 22, 23. So bus 21, 22 is the input for all the tracks, and then you can send it to bus 22, 23 as the input of the audio and track it, and you record it in the session. Uh, yes. Okay. The BGV bus is going to the lead Vox big aux. Okay, so that's where we're gonna put everything. All these parallel compressors. We're gonna put them to where the lead Vox big. All right. And then, so all those are going there. The drum, let me take the drum stuff to that side. And okay, so the rear bus I'm gonna turn down, which is my parallel compression for the whole song. And let's push these here. Drum crush. So I've been using a lot of the Culture Vulture, but as I mentioned, we're gonna kind of try this API 2500. It has some cool settings for crush, and we're gonna try to get a different tone out of it. And yeah, so I think now we can kind of hit some of the mixing. I'm going to leave the God Particle on there because I liked it. I like the MV, and let's just kind of take it from here. Let's start with the drums, kind of see where how they're sounding. Add some of the parallel, make sure it makes sense. There had some. I'm really into this new preset window from UA, whatever update they introduced this. It was pretty awesome. So this is cool. So they have a parallel thing and they have a mix. This API has a mix knob, but we're gonna go 100 since this is on an aux. And let's go to the drums. We'll put this in this group as well. So what we're doing here, one of the things I'm going to do though too, is I'm going to group all these as drum VCA. I got to come to this VCA channel and just assign it. So when I press solo on this, all the drums just go. That actually didn't work. Okay, so I gotta regroup this. I gotta not do the aux and do the group. So it's easier to delete. Group again. Drums. VCA. Be selected on the VCA track. Solo that. Yeah. We're gonna send this to the drum crush. It's DR. So I'm sending it here on the aux for the first set of drums, and then I'm gonna send it individually on all the other additional tracks. know, I'm gonna A/B it with what the previous one, the previous compressor, well, not compressor, but the saturation machine. So here is the drum crush all the way up. So it adds a lot, which is what parallel compressors do, but I don't know if we need all that. So we're gonna bring this down, and then we're gonna bring it into kind of to taste. Yeah, so it's giving a little bit more air to the drums. It's adding more of the like kind of room space, kind of giving it more excitement. And that's the API. Now we're gonna go to the Culture Vulture real quickly and try to see how that sounds. It's too aggressive, actually. So we're gonna go back and keep the API. The API sounds a little more natural. Yeah, I like that. Cool. So that actually worked. Uh, so that's always a good thing when things just kind of fall in place. And let's add the bass. Okay, so we're sending just the live bass I played into the Fatso. Okay, so let's also do this. Let's just kind of get the rear bus. Let's send all of that to the rear bus. So the rear bus is where you put all the musical instruments, and it's like a universal parallel compressor for that. And let's take it here too. Let me take it here to the guitars. So, this is interesting. I think I might do them individually because I might not need all these. I might want to control the guitars a little bit differently, and not the aux level, at the track level. So okay, cool. So then we're gonna take it to the piano, all the keys, and I want it all to just like go at a loud level because I want the saturation. I want the smash parallel sound to kind of heighten some of this harmonics from all these things. So I'm just adding it to everything, and I'm gonna blend it in. So as I'm making decisions on the bass and some of the other instruments, I know what that's already adding. Because that might add some of the top end that I was like on the bass in particular. I was like, oh, I need to add some top end to it, but it might it if I add some top end when the rear bus already adds it, like I'm overdoing it. And I don't do that for the vocals either. Okay, so it's all, make sure it's good. Good. Excellent. Okay, so now we're gonna come here in the rear bus channel, and I'm gonna slowly bring it up as I need it. Okay, here we go. So I'm bringing it up. It's adding some stuff, but as you also can kind of tell here, I was noticing that it was starting to peak. So the cool thing about the setup with having like that VCA, if adding all these parallel tracks, you're adding amplitude and volume. And if we start getting to the threshold where it's too loud, I just go to the VCA, bring it down, and then I'm gain staging at the same time again. So gain staging is just such a big part, and it allows you to kind of like hear things the way it's supposed to be. Yeah, these guitars just in general like always popped out, but I think they're gonna pop out more. I think they just let's hear. So like you hear there, like it's just on every track. It was printed. They didn't print it correctly. Okay, I'm trying to see if I can figure out the progression and just kind of copy it, because you see, so this unicorn track is printed on all these stems. So it's a problem because I'm basically getting like 5 of the same sound. And so now that I put it into the parallel compressor, like it's peaking badly. Oh, you know what? I can probably just figure it out from the bass. It's kind of hard to figure out where like the one of everything is when it's all messed up like that. Okay, so it's at the end of the start. I think it's all like one chord progression. So this should be it. It's 2 E's. Let's see. So let's see if we can figure this out. Yeah, so that happens from time to time. There got sessions where the prints aren't amazing. Yeah, I mean that kind of works. So, but the problem is this right here, this pickup. I'm just gonna do this. Duplicate that. Duplicate that. So it's. Okay, so now when we go to this actual lead line, we can control the volume a lot better. And so now I'm gonna unmute the lead. And that's where it should have been the whole time. Should have just been at that level. But we're going to... So I have to correct a few more things in this. But this is part of the process. You know, sometimes you just get stems that are not printed properly, and you have to correct everything until for the best of your ability. Because if I just left it like that, I have to duck all the guitars at that point because it's just like it printed that lead 5 times, so it's just sky high, and then I'm not getting the actual rhythm guitars. Let's see. But now we have to do this one too. Okay, so. I think I got the wrong one now that I think about it. So this is, yeah, this is correct. And so then this is just E, which I can cut. So yeah, so now I'm just like playing mathematics here now. Because I gotta correct all this stuff here. Okay, so I think I kind of got it. All right. Yeah, all right. So now this one's cleaned. And I think this one happens only in this. I don't think. Okay, so that happens there. So now we have to come back here. Yeah, so same thing here. All of this, like, it printed like 5 times. So we're gonna delete all that. And then we're going to figure, yeah, some parts of mixing is not always mixing, it's like correcting things. And this is one of those cases, but I can't move forward with the mix because as you saw, I added the parallel compressor, like all this stuff jumped out, and with all the 2-bus processing, it's going to jump out even more. So we are correcting prints. So once I kind of get through all this stuff, then we can kind of get back to the mixing, but without fixing all this stuff, can't quite do it. So let's see. And you see like the tail of that lead's still there, so there you go. See, then it goes to that. Okay. I think this should work. Let's hear it. So that should work. Now we need to rebuild the rhythm guitar for this section with this lead. So that's a E. That's the C sharps again. So we already kind of did the rebuilding of that section here, so we can copy that here. Let's see if this works. I have to hear how I did the demo on that one. I got to fix that, but I gotta get the guitars right, so we are chugging along. Yeah, see, like it's still there too. Okay, so these two are fixed. We gotta fix this one over here now. And I hope there's not another guitar with issues. Let's hear this one. Okay, so this one doesn't have issues. But now, I'm wondering if this is all the same guitar, which is starting to look like it's all the same guitar. So, I don't know if we actually need these guitars. Okay, I feel like whatever they did, I don't want to take away, I mean, yeah, they just duplicated it a bunch of times. But this doesn't have the lead baked into it, and this is the lead. Okay, so I'm gonna take a wild guess. It's the same one all the way through, and we only need 2 stacks. We need this stack yeah, okay. We're gonna simplify this. That's the original rhythm track, and we're keeping that, plus we're keeping 1 lead, and that should make things a lot better. So I'm going to control the low end on the bass because it's kind of just a little too much. Yeah, when you start getting into like deep into the details of a mix, like you'll hear all the things that are wrong and you have to correct. So yeah, everything went to the rear bus. So if you just joined us now, we were in the midst of putting all the different tracks into our parallel compressor for all the instruments, and then we noticed that the lead guitar was baked into a bunch of rhythm guitars, and then after trying to fix them, I noticed that there's really just one rhythm track and 1 lead track, and the rest of them were just a bunch of duplicates. So we went back to simple lead rhythm. Okay, Okay, so now we're gonna get back to the bass here. The bass just has these like intense curves. It's just like these two frequencies, it's really jumping, and I want to control it back down so it can be more leveled, and then I can hear everything. Not spectral. I have not been a huge user of spectral. Clear spectral. Dynamics is good. So we got the low end more in control, and I want more presence. I want more of the notes. So we're just going to add a little bit here in this range. I'm gonna go kind of heavy-handed on it because I want to be able to hear the notes at the upper octaves first, and then we'll kind of dial it back in. Really extreme, and it's still kind of getting it. So let me lower some of this right here on the 200s. Like so what I did, I added 6 dB of, what is it, 5K, and then also 1.5, and then we subtracted 200. So I think the 200 it was getting, because it's still getting muddy, but I don't want to, the thing is, like, the low end is hitting so hard that I just want to control it. I don't want to lose it. So we're doing all these little things here. And then we have this sub bass thing, the synthesizer that we can bring up at any time. Okay, so now I have room to like lift all this stuff that was like going super loud like this lead. And I feel like I took out too much low end, so let's go back and kind of come here. How much are we lowering here? Bring it up, bring it up. Okay. So that guitar is a little too in the center. I wanna spread it a little bit. I like this diffused high because it kind of just spreads the top in. And let's see. Yeah, so now instead of like the guitar being dead center, it's slightly to the left and it creates more space for the vocal. So now we have the main love keys. Interesting. The main thing there is the main instrument here is the bass and then the keys. Okay. So we have to kind of bring this into our current mix. Okay, so we're gonna add an EQ to these keys to see if we can get just a little bit more presence out of them. I like this Neve 1081. So it's currently off. Let's pick the frequency. I'm gonna overshoot it to like a little higher because I want it to come out more in on the higher range of the vocal. Like I don't want it to compete with where the vocal kind of sits. So we'll kind of go a little high, and then I kind of like this high shelf. And we'll go, yeah, so let's see. Yeah, okay. I was just making sure. So I'm adding, not subtracting. These are old knobs. So let's see. Yeah, so it has a little bit more bite and presence, and because the basses are so low that I want more notes. I want to hear more of the notes, and this is kind of giving me that. And I'm also gonna put a filter. Does this should have a filter? So let's see if it has a filter. Yeah, we're gonna put the filter on here, and we're gonna roll off. I mean, Let's go up to 90 because the bass is so deep.
It's been amazing without you. Days seem to pass away.
Okay, we'll do that.
Nothing from you. You have a way of making me sigh. Making me sigh. I'm brand new. But the summer's it's been amazing without you. Days seem to pass away. Nothing from you. You have a way of making me sigh. Making me sigh. I'm brand new.
Okay, so I'm gonna do that to this one as well. So we have the same sound.
It's been amazing without you. Days seem to pass away. Nothing from you.
Yeah, so you know what? I don't like that S1 imagery that they put, so I'm gonna take it out. I'm gonna take it out also on the main one because I feel like it just kind of thins it out too much. I get the idea, but we're going right now. We're getting a good spread, anyways. So let's see.
But the summer skies seem to shine a little brighter in the night. And the way you lie seem to make more sense in my mind. And the summer skies seem to shine a little brighter in the night. The way the sun shines.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So taking out that S1 because I was also hearing that like when we hit the that what is it, that pre-chorus thing? Yeah, when we hit like the break before the hook, like it just felt flatter, and I was like, why is it feeling flatter? And now we know. So the next thing we're gonna do though is we're gonna come here to this hook section. I feel like all these keys should work together, and we're gonna create a new aux, so we're gonna send them. Let's call this keys aux, but now we have to make sure it gets routed to the right place. So that aux needs to go to the stereo mix, and then we're gonna bring in a compressor to kind of glue all these together. Okay, so let's find. Where's my? There's this newish one that came out from UAD. If I can find it. I want to say the 167. Yeah, there it is. Cool. So I'm doing a little bit more of like a fast attack, slower release because I want that compressed sound because it's also lifting some of like the body from these synthesizers. They're a little tingy, but they're great for like lifting the hook. Now, I do agree that these need to be a little bit wider. So we're gonna go with the wider plugin. So now we have these coming a little wider and they're being compressed and we're kind of just leveling it out how we want it to, like where we want it to sit, because we already have like that kind of the keypad thing and we're just adding these new keys and we just want like this much up. You know, we don't want to take from the vocals, we want to keep the track moving and we want to support it. So we're just doing a little bit, but it makes it feels good. It feels the lift. So that's really cool. I like where that's at, but we have to lower some of these hits. Turn off all groups. Okay, yeah, that can go down. Oh, okay, yeah. I did not track these guitars, so I'm not quite sure, but definitely. I didn't even know those pickups. All right, I gotta check those out.
It's been amazing without you. Night, I'm at peace, but I lie awake. Found a new reason.
Yeah, see, now we can kind of bring up all these guitar things, because before they were like way too loud, and it's because they were printed on so many tracks. Yeah. Also needs to, I want to play with the panning of it, so So I'm trying to give the guitar a little bit more space. Here, let's listen from the top real quickly.
It's been amazing without you. Days seem to pass away. Not a thing from you. You have a way of making me sigh. Making me sigh. I'm brand new. But the summer skies seem to shine a little brighter in the night, and the way you lie seem to make more sense in my mind. And the summer skies seem to shine a little brighter in the night. The way the sun shines just reminds me of a lonely girl cry, cry, cry. The way the sun shines just reminds me of a lonely girl cry. It's been amazing without you. Night, I'm at peace, but I lie awake. Found a new reason to make me smile. I love myself and I'm feeling this can last a while. Summer skies seem to shine a little brighter in the night, and the way you lie, I wonder how it made sense in my mind. But the summer skies seem to shine a little brighter in the night. The way the sun shines just reminds me of the lonely girl cry. The way the sun shines just reminds me of the lonely girl cry. Summer skies seem to shine a little brighter in the night. Way you lie never made sense in my mind.
Alright, so I want to get some focus back. So we're going to start from the top. And that intro is really cool, but I want to make it a little smaller so the verse feels like a lift. Yeah, okay. So these guys are a little loud. Feels a lot better.
It's been amazing without you.
So I'm hearing some noise, and this is why I make sure I gotta clean up all the tracks, because you never know where the noise is coming from, if it's a plugin or if it's some of like the just printed plugin. This is the thing that sucks, printed plugin noise, which is popular unnecessarily. I actually think that this low keys has like some high hiss on it. Yeah, so that we can just kind of create a low pass filter and then just kind of suck it out, take it out. Yeah. So this sounds like a Rhodes, and it's just in like the mid range, and we're just getting a bunch of noise from the top end. And now that, and we're not even done adding a bunch of stuff to the 2 mix yet, so we're already hearing it. It's gonna get worse. Yeah.
It's been amazing without you. Days seem to pass away. Nothing from you. You have a way of making me sigh. Making me sigh. I'm brand new.
Yeah, that sounds great. Now, and kind of that opens up too, because like the noise of these plugins kind of takes away from some of the high end stuff from vocals, keys, and stuff like that. So that's why I like these speakers. These speakers bring all that noise to the forefront, so you know you don't get surprised by it later on. So I added a nice small volume rise. So I lowered the start of the track by 2 dBs and went up. Again, I want to get it from like this is an intro and this is the start of the verse in the song. When we first started, like this was so big in your face, and then we go back down. I think we just kind of had to get that balance right.
It's been amazing without you. Days seem to pass away.
so now I feel like this guitar is too loud. And we could probably control it better, so let's put a limiter or a compressor on it and control that guitar. Yeah, I'm a big fan of this Pro compressor. It's just kind of like a warm thing. Let's try to keep it more like a limiter, though. Let's go 10. Yeah, that's good. And then the attack, we want a quick attack. Slower release. Let's hear it.
You have a way of making me sigh, making me sigh. I'm brand new. But this you have a way of making me sigh, making me sigh.
Cool thing is this is like making the vocal just really centered and the clarity has improved.
It's been amazing without you. Days seem to pass away. Nothing from you.
I don't feel like we're hearing the reverb enough anymore on the vocal. So I don't know how much I'm gonna do to the vocals because there's like a certain tone that was already achieved here.
Without you, days seem to pass away. Nothing from you. You have a way of making me sigh, making me sigh. I'm brand new.
Okay, so this is interesting. So the vocal reverb wasn't 100% wet. So it was like a dry vocal mix, and I think we prefer full reverb.
Days seem to pass away. Nothing from you. You have a way of making me sigh, making me sigh.
Okay, so now we really hear the reverb, and now we're in the opposite of we hear too much reverb. I'm gonna control it with a trim here, and let's bring it down like 3 dB.
Without you, days seem to pass away. Nothing from you. You have a way of.
You know what? I think I have to actually leave it because it changes the texture of the vocal.
Without you, days seem to pass away. Nothing from you. You have a way of making.
Okay, so we're just gonna add another delay. I mean another reverb. I think we want a plate, so let's just go with plate. The plate. There's an aux. Plate. Or actually, just leave it as aux. And then we're going to bring in reverb 1. We're gonna add this. We'll call this plate though. Yeah, so it being so the reverb being only like at 40 or 50% kind of is part of the vocal sound. And I actually should, we're gonna copy where this is going to, let me see, this is, no, it's going to straight, okay. I'm just trying to see how they routed it. So the reverb is going to the master audio, the master output, so that's what we're gonna do as well. Plate. Let's try the EM 140. And yeah, and let's go all the way. Okay, that's better. Okay, but now we have a full control of this. So where are we? There we go. Cool. So just a touch, but I like it. And we're gonna put it on all the lead tracks. Ah, okay. And you can see here too, like this is what we retracked, and up here is what the original print was. So let's put this there too. Okay, so that vocal is, that background vocal's popping out a bit much. Let's kind of tuck that in. But so far sounding good. I think I can get more out of the vocals on the chorus. And I'm also going to send it to the same reverb as the lead, that background vocal, so I can kind of feel in the same space. Okay, so that's really cool. Yeah, those background vocals are a little bit too high. So tuck those in properly. And let's see here, ad libs. Okay, cool. Let's hear the ad libs too. Make sure. I'm gonna also add the reverb into this one. Yeah, I'm not hearing some of these ad libs, so let's just kind of put in volume. Okay, so let's add some de-essing on this one. 2271. So basic de-essing, I like 4271 as the frequency. Interesting. I think we have to add a little bit more. So this is another lead vocal.
The way the sun shines just reminds me of a lonely girl cry. The way the sun shines just reminds me of a lonely girl cry.
Okay, so let's hear this real quickly.
The way the sun shines just reminds me of a lonely. The way the sun shines just reminds me of a lonely girl cry. The way the sun shines just reminds me of a lonely girl. The way the sun shines just reminds me of. The way the sun shines just reminds me of a lonely girl cry.
And here we can clean this up right here. So I like to use RX to kind of clean up some of those aggressive tones. We'll use decrackle. Let's go to high. First thing you do though is duplicate your playlist. Very important. Duplicate the playlist. Strength. And let's hear it. So I'm trying to hear how it goes from one lead verse to the other. Okay, so Girl Cry doesn't go that long, so we're gonna actually cut this and fade this out more to match the main lead. That does some stuff there. Let's hear this though. And we have a glitch somewhere here. Yeah, so we are getting a glitch sound. I don't know where it's coming from. Alright, so let's try to fix that. So yes, you see, as you start mixing and you start getting louder and more clarity in vocals, and like not the vocals but the whole track, you start hearing all the little imperfections and things that you have to clean up. Otherwise they're gonna just be very. No, it's not a mouth clip. it's just gonna be very apparent and kind of harsh to the ear. So I think this is just a digital glitch. Yeah, so I actually don't think we can do much about that one. It must have been like an audio drop. The fun parts about mixing, let me see, take off the autotune. Yeah, so it's just a glitch in the recording. Can't fix that. So we'll let that kind of ride. Let's, you know, the solution and stuff like that is modulation. So let's add some chorus. Geez. See if we can do. I'm trying to see if there's like a tool that might at least would get it to sound a little smoother, because you can kind of hear the glitch. Decrackle? No, yeah, let's do decrackle. We already tried declick and it didn't do as much as we thought. We're gonna go kind of extreme because it is a glitch. Yeah, I don't know. We're gonna have to live with that one. And let's set it the yes sir. So yeah, it kind of worked out though. Oh, not this one. $42.71. Hey. So yeah, a lot of the background vocals are like much longer than the main vocal, which is not great because you hear it hang, and like when the lead goes out and the backgrounds are still going, that kind of distracts the listening experience. And this is stuff I didn't even hear when we were like just kind of working on the production, because it just wasn't super, we weren't loud. And like once you start making, again, this is why these little details all come up in when you start mixing and mastering stuff. Like you can see here, this is where the vocal ends, and we have to go up here and just kind of get these backgrounds to end around the same or before. Yeah. It's just like a subtle thing, but if background vocals aren't tucked with the main vocal as far as like the lengths and stuff, unless it's intentional, and when it's intentional, you know, it has to make sense, you know, it's got to feel right, be musical. Here, just kind of, they just hung too long. Yeah. So we're gonna tuck that in.
I love myself and I'm feeling this could last away. I love myself and I'm feeling this could last away.
Okay, so that vocal's pretty loud, but it's all flowing though. You know, we're just kind of really focused on these little minor micro details now.
The way the sun shines just reminds me of the lonely girl. The way the sun shines just reminds me of the lonely girl. It's been amazing without you. Night I'm at peace, but I lie awake. Found a new reason to make me smile. I love myself and I'm feeling this could last away.
Yeah, and I do love the production stuff that the other guys did, where like they added all these little like bells and whistles that are really cool, like the little guitar lick here where the strings are coming in. The guitar, I mean the string sounds are super awesome. And I like all that stuff, and it's kind of like pushing the track. And as we're leveling and getting like the vocals really tight, and we got the keys and the drums all kind of working together, it's just all just coming in now.
Found a new reason to make me smile. I love myself and I'm feeling this could last away.
So this tom fill, I want a little more punch out of, so we're just going to add Pultec. I just love Pultecs on drums, on toms. So we're, yeah, get it there. Yeah, let's do here. Yeah, a little too much, but yeah. Cool. All right, let's hear from the top. Yeah, I like that.
It's been amazing without you. Days seem to pass away.
the low end a touch too much. So what I'm doing here real quickly is I'm saving this setting as the girl cry setting because this is what was sent to me, and we're going to adjust it a little bit. I'm just gonna maybe trim it down to like 1.3. And let's go listen to the main hook, the big hook. Okay, so we're in a really strong place. So we're gonna continue doing now. I'm gonna focus on the two bus to kind of finalize some of the loudness, the clarity, and we'll make any further adjustments to the instrumentation, the vocals. This track was already in a really solid place, but you know, as you guys can see and hear, how we found a lot of new little things that we were working through, and just kind of trying to make it tight as far as how the composition of the music's working. This is a really well orchestrated track, and like it has all these little bells and whistles that I really liked, that I just kind of added to, and now we're just trying to make sure we're highlighting them in the right places. So. So I'm still trying to just get the balance and as far as the gain staging. So writing new things, let's add ozone 12. right now we're adding the imager, which is kind of help us with our width. Yeah, this is cool. So this is where you can hear it, like here. Keep it right there. And we're gonna bring it back just to like 20%. We don't want to do too much, all this stuff. Right now we're listening to in Delta mode, which is just what the plugin is doing. So this is the stabilizer, and you can add or cut frequencies. I actually like to cut more than to add. Yeah, all that stuff is you don't really want. Yeah, see, like that, those frequencies are just kind of like they're gonna hurt your ears. We're just trying to find frequencies that are gonna bother the mix, and the dynamic EQ for me is just to like mainly subtract anything that's kind of gonna pop out. So that's kind of working. Yeah, so like we're still getting like a little bit of build up here. Oh yeah, yeah, here we go. Okay, hold on. Let's run this back. So the thing that we're doing here with the dynamic EQ and just finding these frequencies that are going to be troublesome is that we're about to put a maximizer and a limiter, and we want to try to control as much of the input into that maximizer because it'll bring out even more unwanted frequencies. So we're trying to kind of fine tune it. I don't go too crazy, but that was a good frequency. that's another frequency we don't like. Yeah, that's sounding great too. And another thing we haven't done yet, but which we'll do. Let me just finish going through this ozone plugin, and then we'll kind of A/B with the last reference mix that I had to make sure that we're improving it and making it more. You're adding more to it. You know, like you don't want to do the mix and then just it not add to it. And sometimes you have to go back to the reference and be like, oh yeah, like there was some sauce there. Like maybe it took too much low end. I feel like I'm getting a better and a stronger balance. So, where is my maximizer? Okay, cool. So this guy right here, always doing 5 now. Has become my favorite one. Now that we added the maximizer to the equation, there's like one note in the low end that's really sticking out. You know what? Let's use soothe actually. And I'll put it after to find the note, and then we'll probably put it before. So it's really important to try to get the balance of your low end and your in the mix. And not just because if you can control the low end, then you can get a nice balance in your top end. So it's really important that you just kind of go through all that stuff. I have no idea what's going on. I'm trying to turn these off. There you go. Okay, so now again, we're listening in delta mode just to find the note that was bothering us. Yeah, so it's that this note is crazy. Like, here, you can see how like intense it is. So what we're going to do is we're going to keep it same, go to ultra, and then we're gonna take this off delta mode, and then we're going to start reducing it so we can control it. And so that's huge because what it's doing, it's that one frequency just because of the key, it's all matters. The key of the song, that note resonates really strong, and so it's too loud for the mix. And but we don't want to lose it. We want to control it. It's all about having control over the frequencies here, and uh, the plugin that I mentioned, the MV2, adds low end, right? And but it was a character of the song to me, and I didn't want to lose that, so I kept it on. But I'm trying to like also control it as we get louder to the mastering levels. And that is a cool ending. I just need one more limiter to get a few more dBs, and we'll be in a pretty good place. Fat filter.
Just reminds me of the lonely girl. Summer skies just reminds me of the
Oh, cool. Yeah, I gotta figure out how to use that. I've never done the studio thing. But I think we're good on the mix. We're gonna listen from one final time from the top and see how it feels. I got it in really good loudness as far as how I like it. We got a lot of clarity. The low end, we really have it well controlled and it's doing great. So let's take a listen. Once again, this is Anai Girl Cry. Should hopefully be released in a few months. And thanks for joining me.
It's been amazing without you. They seem to pass away. Another thing from you. You have a way of making me sigh. Mama making me sigh. I'm brand new. But the summer skies seem to shine a little brighter in the night, and the way you lie seem to make more sense in my mind. And the summer skies seem to shine a little brighter in the night. The way the sun shines just reminds me of a lonely girl cry, cry, cry. The way the sun shines just reminds me of a lonely girl cry. It's been amazing without you. Night, I'm at peace, but I lie awake. Found a new reason to make me smile. I love myself and I'm feeling these can last a while. 'Cause the summer sky seems to shine a little brighter in the night, and the way you lie, I wonder how it made sense in my mind. But the summer sky seems to shine a little brighter in the night. The way the sun shines just reminds me of a lonely girl cry, cry, cry. The way the sun shines just reminds me of a lonely girl cry. Summer skies seem to shine a little brighter in the night. Where you lie never made sense in my mind.
Oh, there's all that noise right there at the end. I think I found it. Hold on. Paul, I need to try it though. Um, I haven't I haven't done that at all. So yeah, if I can get the audio quality a little better, that'd be cool. Thank you. It sounds great so far. And see, this is what I'm talking about. The little details of this noise. Like no one cares for this noise. I'm probably the only person that's gonna hear it anyways, but still. Um. All right. So
The way the sun shines just reminds me of a lonely girl. Summer skies seem to shine a little brighter. Where you lie never made sense in my mind.
I wanted to do a quick A/B between the last mix bounce, which I think it's. Let's see. Yeah, the song they started the song in 21, And so we finished, last mix was on the 24th of April of demo rough mix. And let's go back to playback here. Sync. Let's go to the last hook. Even though that was my bounce, like I could tell, like the low end was like already like there. Was with the now that we have it mixed, we were able to keep the low end nice and like up front, but we got a whole mix behind it now. And but yeah, this is in a strong place. Thanks everybody for following me through this journey. You can follow me at underscore or Stuart underscore Hidalgo on all platforms. Again, the artist was Anaí. The song's Girl Cry, and should hopefully be released pretty soon. I'm gonna kind of give it another spin, one final pass, and before I print it. So thanks everybody, and I'll see you guys later.